Okay. Everybody hear me loud and clear here in the commission office? Okay, I see thumbs up. Great. All right, so it is 11 a.m. and I call the December 19th, 2025 meeting of the Texas Space Commission Board of Directors to order. Before we begin, I ask that everyone in the room or online turn off your mobile devices. Thank you. And Norman, will you please call our roll?
Yes, ma'am. Chair Gwen Griffin,
Here.
Vice Chair Kathy Leaders, Secretary Kirk Shireman, Dr. Nancy Curry Gregg.
Here.
Sassy Duggleby.
Here.
Evan Loomis. Brad Morrison.
Here.
John Shannon.
Here.
Dr. Heather Wilson.
Here.
Madam Chair, we have quorum.
Great. Well, first, thanks for you all, to you all for coming together right before what I hope is a holiday break for many. That time of year where we take a step back and spend more time with family. I greatly also appreciate your continued time as we finish, each of us as your schedules permit, but we wrap up any scoring on SURF grant applications. It's been another busy month in my shoes as chair of the Space Commission. Just a couple of quick highlights for y'all since I haven't talked to several of you. I had the chance last Wednesday to tour the Texas A&M Space Institute, and I don't know how to describe it other than it really knocked my socks off, and I did have socks on last Wednesday. It is incredible. And as I reflected on the facility, and the ability that NASA, other government agencies, commercial space companies, academia are going to have with the access to a collegiate football field size lunar yard, and then a second collegiate football size Martian yard is really incredible and game changing. And that's just the yards, not the additional facilities that are there for all users to benefit from. And I just, the value to have a place where we can simulate, test from robotic missions to the moon and Mars to human space flight as we return to the moon and look to put humans on Mars is really second to none. And I after walking inside, I've driven by it a lot, but after being inside on the ground, I realize how this is a game changer for the world, really, and a resource that we have not had that I think will accelerate our ability for humans and robots to do the work that we need to do in both locations. So thanks to Dr. Nancy Curry Gregg on the line here, as well as Dr. Ambrose. I don't know if he's listening in today for arranging that tour. Very much appreciated. And I really look forward to that facility being open in the next year. Also, in the last few weeks, I had the privilege to attend the second hearing of Jared Isaacman in DC. And I think the great news is that I'm sure you've all read that he was confirmed yesterday as NASA's administrator. Obviously, in every meeting I'm in with our government partners on the Space Force side or the NASA side, time is of the essence. For emergent needs as we continue to sustain our leadership in space. And it's great to have Mr. Isaacman at the helm of our nation's civil space agency. While I was in DC, I also had the opportunity to visit with key space policy committee advisors for Senator Cruz and Congressman Babin, as well as several Space Force leaders at the Pentagon, kind of stay up to date on their priorities. And there is just a lot happening. And I think it got wrapped up for me last Thursday and Friday at the Space Force Association Space Power Conference, that the consistent, clear message across executive leaders in our government and at Space Power, Secretary Mink, General Saltzman, Whiting, Gagnon, Purdy, that we as a nation must move faster. We must move faster to deliver technologies, hardware, software, and other resources to ensure that space domain awareness and space resiliency against our adversaries is ready now. And that's a big lift. So the critical need to accelerate acquisition on their side from the federal side is something they are really working hard on to enable commercial entities in particular and academia as well, but to move out now. So speed is just something I've never heard quite like this before, and I've been in this industry for 4 decades now. So very interesting. Finally, in my comments this morning, and perhaps most importantly, I'm pleased to report that we, and thank you all, have activated 5 work groups of 2 to 3 TSC board members and 2 to 3 TARSEC executive committee members to work together to really assess the priorities for Texas, and how we can lead in space for LEO, lunar, launch, reentry and recovery, national security, and skilled workforce needs. The discussions, of these work groups in the coming weeks, I'm going to say, because we're going to move quickly as well, but that this ability to have discussions around these topic areas of LEO, lunar, launch, reentry and recovery, national security, and skilled workforce will be very helpful. And I just want to say, as we look at what we want to accomplish in the next year or two, and I just want to thank you for committing even more time out of your daily schedules to serve the commission. So, and if there are any TARSEC members listening, then thank you to executive committee members. Thank you for that as well. And with that, I'd like to ask that we consider approval of our minutes from our November 19th, 2025 meeting. In some ways, November 19th seems like yesterday, and sometimes it seems much longer than that. So y'all have the draft in tab 2 of your board book, and I'd like to ask if these minutes accurately reflect the meeting, or do you have any edits?
Madam Chair, move approval.
Great, thank you, Dr. Wilson. May I have a second?
I'll second.
Or Brad, either way.
Thank you, Brad. All in favor of approving the minutes from the November 19th, 2025 Texas Space Commission meeting, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Or any abstentions? Okay, thank you. The minutes are approved. I'd like to turn it over to Norman for his executive director report.
Thank you, ma'am. Very brief today. I would like to just give a status update on the 22 awards that had been approved previously by this board. As an update to last month, as a reminder, 16 agreements have been fully executed. One since then has hit my inbox for signature. One is still awaiting signature by the awardee. One is awaiting some updated documents from the awardee, and 3 remain in the queue for further action. So just want to give update to the board that we continue to make progress over the past month, even with the holiday. The grant compliance general counsel team is ongoing, still making progress. So kudos to them. That's really my only update. Otherwise, just want to wish everybody happy holiday season, and hopefully everybody has a little bit of a break as well. So thanks.
Thank you. Thanks, Norman. We don't have an update from TARSEC today, so moving on to the next item, consideration of Space Exploration Aeronautics Research Fund applications. So we'll discuss a couple of things today, and in accordance with the Texas Space Commission rules, if a board member has a conflict of interest, as described in those rules, the board member will disclose that conflict of interest in this open meeting as the matter arises, and recuse him or herself from participating in the review, discussion, deliberation on voting on this matter. Board members have already disclosed their written notice as required by the rules, and they have not accessed information regarding the applications in which they are conflicted. So application 1 for today. Today we have a direct award grant application to discuss. Members, relevant details on this application are in your board book in section 3. And as you know, the board contemplated direct award grants from the SURF Trust when we proposed and published our agency grant rules, which can be found in Title 10, Texas Administrative Code, Section 321.1 22.16. For the record, on this first direct award, Dr. Wilson has a conflict of interest on this application, and I would ask, does anyone else on today's call have a conflict of interest in regards to the Borderplex Alliance, and I'll give the number 25-DA0019B.
Madam Chair, I actually don't have a conflict of interest, but we don't need to resolve that here today. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. So today we'll consider direct award application 25-DA-0019B for the Borderplex Binational Economic Alliance Foundation, requesting up to $19,758,376 for capital equipment and research. The Borderplex's El Paso Space Innovation Hub project seeks to fund capital improvements that would support companies in Texas partnering with the U.S. Space Force's Space Systems Command. The proposed project includes a sensitive compartmented information facility, otherwise known as a SCIF, associated unclassified office space, advanced telecommunications infrastructure, and 3 years of operating expenses that will attract space-related suppliers to the region. This project may sound familiar because it is. As you know, the board previously approved a conditional SURF grant award to the Borderplex for the same project on January 24th of this year, 2025. However, after considerable effort during the administrative background assessments and the review process, it was determined that this proposed project would not be viable under the traditional SURF grant funding model because of reimbursement cycles. As such, the Borderplex Alliance has now applied for a direct award regarding the same project. And by doing so, the entity will be able to more quickly secure an appropriate venue for this SCIF and the other additional resources. Their proposal qualifies for a direct award based on Title 10, Texas Administrative Code 321.162 and 321.163. So members, is there any discussion on direct award application 25-DA-0019B for direct award to the Borderplex Alliance? Okay. Hearing none, there's two-step process here. I first need a motion to revoke the board's previous approval of the Borderplex Alliance's application, which was number 250079B, requesting up to $19,758,376 for capital equipment and research.
So moved.
Thank you, Brad. May I have a second?
Yes, seconded.
Thank you, John. Okay, all in favor of revoking the board's January 24th, 2025 approval of application 250079B, say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? And any abstentions? Okay, motion carries and previous conditional grant award is revoked. So our second motion is to be clear, the board has revoked the original application for the Borderplex Alliance that was submitted in November of 24 and approved in January of 2025 as a standard reimbursement model grant. So we will now consider a new application from the Borderplex Alliance that was received December of 2025, this month, as a direct award in accordance with guidance issued in February 2025, available on our website. As such, having satisfied the requirements to issue a direct award under Title 10 of Texas Administrative Code Section 321.162 and 321.163, may I have a motion to approve the direct award grant regarding application 25-DA-0019B for an amount of up to $19,758,376 regarding the Borderplex Binational Economic Alliance Foundation conditioned on the applicant's successful completion of the commission's administrative background assessments and acceptance of grant agreement terms.
So moved.
Thank you, Sassy. And may I have a second?
Second.
Was that Nancy? I'm
Yes.
sorry, I was looking down. Okay, thank you, Nancy. Dr. Greg, all in favor of approving direct award application 25 DA 0019B, say aye.
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 Any opposed, say nay. And any abstentions? Okay, motion carries for their direct award grant and is approved. So next up, we have application 250268G from the University of Texas at Austin, led by Dr. Mariba Jha. For the record, Dr. Nancy Curry-Gregg, Sassy Duggleby, and Kirk Shireman have a conflict on this application. Do any other board members have a conflict of interest on this application? Okay. If application 250268G is an application from the University of Texas at Austin and Dr. Jha requesting up to 9.27 or $9,270,000 for construction, capital equipment, training equipment, and research development costs. The project will address specific space domain awareness challenges through a tools, applications, and processing lab, or TAP lab, by funding 6 cohort. Members, is there any discussion on application 250268G?
And I don't have a conflict with this application.
It's a Texas A&M.
Oh, it's A&M, it's not UT?
It's UT, but it's a partner.
Oh, okay, then I do. Never mind.
Okay. Do I have a motion? So other than that, any other comments? Thank you, Sassy, for noting that. And Aaron for your response. Okay. So do I have a motion to approve the award for application 250268G in the amount of up to $9,270,000 for construction capital equipment, training equipment, and research and development costs, conditioned on the applicant's successful completion of the commission's administrative background assessments and acceptance of grant agreement terms?
So moved.
Thank you, Brad. May I have a second?
Seconded.
Thank you, John. All in favor of approving application 250268G, say aye.
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 Nancy, oh, yes, never mind. All opposed, say nay. And any abstentions? Thank you. The grant award for application 250268G is approved. Thank you very much. Next up is discussion and consideration of Texas Government Code 482.107A8, authority to issue an order. Members, the next item, number 7 on the agenda, relevant details on this authority are included in your board book under section 4. You've all had time to review order number 2025-02, which provides temporary closure authority to the city of Starbase pursuant to Texas Government Code 482.107A8. This new order will replace order number 202501 that this board approved on September 23rd, 2025. The only change proposed as an amendment to our previously adopted order is modifying one grammatical article in a single sentence. For the public, as a reminder, our previous order has been posted on our website since April. So if you look under the portion of that document that starts with "therefore be it ordered," section, the previously adopted order, there's a paragraph describing dates when the city of Starbase shall not authorize spaceflight activities. The original language adopted said a Saturday or Sunday preceding Labor Day. The amendment language proposed today reads as the Saturday or Sunday preceding Labor Day. So very specific here. The original language adopted said a Saturday or Sunday preceding Labor Day, which could be many. And the amended language proposed today reads as the Saturday or Sunday preceding Labor Day. So this order clearly defines our intent that the city of Starbase shall not authorize spaceflight activities during the weekend before Labor Day rather than all weekends before Labor Day. Members, is there any question on order number 2025-02? Hearing none, may I have a motion to approve order 2025-02 regarding temporary closure authority of the city of Starbase, Texas?
So moved.
Thank you, Dr. Wilson. And may I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Sassy. All in favor of approving order 2025-02, say aye.
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 Here, Brad? Okay.
Aye. Yep.
Any abstentions? And any nays or any abstentions? Okay, the motion carries and order number 2025-02 will be issued. So next on the agenda, the board is not meeting on items 8 through 13 in the agenda in a closed session today. So this covers our items for today's meetings. Members, is there any other business to attend to? Brad?
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair. Just want to wish the U.S. Space Force a happy birthday. Tomorrow is the 6th anniversary. So congratulations, Guardians. I see one in the room there, Lieutenant Colonel Kopecki. And so, again, that's an incredible feat, and thank you for your service.
Yes, and to those on the line as well that may be there with us. Any other business for today's meeting? With that, I hope all on the phone or in the meeting that I cannot see, and of course to the Texas Space Commission Board of Directors and the staff of the Space Commission and those in the room today, a very happy holiday, and looking forward to 2026 and all that we can and I believe will do for the state of Texas to help our emerging space industry. So thank you all very much, and the meeting is adjourned at 11:22 a.m. Thank you all.